Hey YouTube, this is Jack Connor. Just wanted to pop in with my quick thoughts on the future of Star Wars. As you may know, there is a new article out from a Hollywood Reporter detailing some of the drama surrounding Star Wars and the future of Star Wars and where Star Wars is going to go from here, and trying to debunk some of the rumors that all the spin-offs are canceled and clarifying things to a certain extent. So, to the extent that they are correct, here's what we know so far. The Obi-Wan movie is probably still on, which is good, I think, if they can portray Obi-Wan well. Obviously, they totally screwed up Luke Skywalker in The Last Jedi. They did an okay with Han in The Force Awakens. They pretty much portrayed him as he was, in A New Hope, more or less. So his character has actually gone backwards instead of progressing. He has become a deadbeat dad, and now he is just wandering the galaxy with Chewie again. Now, of course, that's probably how we want to see Han. We want to see him off having adventures in space. So they were trying to give us what we wanted with Han while being respectful to the character, even if that meant making him a deadbeat dad whose own deadbeat dadness probably contributed to his son Ben becoming Kylo Ren. So an argument could be made that they screwed up Han in The Force Awakens, and they messed up his character as well. But I do think that it's probably inarguable that they did a better job with Han than with Luke in The Last Jedi. So, what would they do with Obi-Wan in a new movie? I would like to find out. Honestly, even though they have screwed up so badly, I think they got the message. I really do. I think they got the message. I don't think they're going to do anything stupid with their core characters again. Of course, I say that, and the next movie will be terrible. But all that said, I would like to find out what they would do with Obi-Wan in an Obi-Wan movie, especially if he's played by Ewan McGregor. I don't know. So we'll see if that goes forward. It's looking like that at least will probably go forward. Fans generally would like to see an Obi-Wan movie. I would. I think that his character is a great character. He's always been the side character before. He's never carried his own movie before. He was Qui-Gon Jinn's sidekick and Phantom Menace, and then he kind of was a co-lead, but really more of a supporting lead in Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith. Why do I say he was a supporting lead and not really a co-lead? That's because he doesn't have any internal conflict. He doesn't have any personal issues, I should say. We don't find out about his family, what his beliefs are, other than that he's just a good Jedi. He has no character conflict within himself, really, other than worrying about Anakin. Anakin, however, we find all about his mother. He was a slave. He wants revenge. His mother dies. He falls in love. There's a lot about his own character. His development, his issues, what drives him, his motivation, than there is about Obi-Wan. So Anakin is more of the lead character in Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith than Obi-Wan is. All of which is to say that Obi-Wan has never had his own movie, and I, for one, would be curious to see what they would do with Obi-Wan in his own movie. Would it be something like Logan, a grim story about a man who's lost everything and goes on a quest and finds himself again or something? Could be, could be. It's interesting that James Mangold, who directed directed Logan, is actually attached to the Boba Fett movie, which may or may not still be going forward. And I guess I can use that as a segue to keep going. And that is that, so the Obi-Wan Kenobi movie is probably still going forward. Boba Fett may or may not be going forward. The other spin-offs may or may not be going forward. Hollywood Reporter says they are being reworked. What does that mean? I don't know. I don't think they know either. I don't think Disney knows. I don't think James Mangold knows. There's a lot of ideas floating around, I'm sure. There's a lot of things that are still in flux. And also in flux may or may not be Rian Johnson's proposed trilogy. Apparently that is not, I don't know if they used the word back burner or not, but that was kind of the implication, is that the trilogy by Benioff, and I think D.B. Weiss, is that correct? You can fact check me on that. The showrunners of Game of Thrones, who are given their own trilogy in Star Wars, their trilogy is apparently being fast-tracked while Rian Johnson's is not. Does that mean, is this a graceful way for that to fade out of existence? Or maybe for somebody else to come in and take it over from Rian? That would be good. I would prefer it being taken over than for him to do it, although I would rather than just scrap it altogether, because even if somebody took it over, I'm afraid some of those ideas would still be there. I feel like maybe one of the reasons why the Hobbit trilogy was not as good is because Guillermo del Toro's, some of his ideas were probably still around while they were making those movies. And I could be totally wrong on that, but I think that, may be the case. And of course they were rushed, and Peter Jackson wasn't quite sure what he was doing, and he has admitted as much. They didn't even know what movie they were making while they were in the middle of making the movie. So anyway, so that's where we are now. The spin-offs may or may not be going forward. Obi-Wan is probably definitely going forward. The Benioff, I'm going to call it the Benioff trilogy, the Game of Thrones guys trilogy, that's probably definitely going forward. Rian Johnson's trilogy, yeah, maybe in kind of a limbo right now. I hope it completely fades out of existence. Rian Johnson has just about killed the franchise. He's got it teetering on the brink. Do we really want that guy's ideas, any more of his ideas in Star Wars? I think not. Maybe you disagree. Please let me know in the comments below. What are your thoughts? Where would you like to see Star Wars going from this point forward? Who do you want to see make a movie? What spin-offs are you interested in? Let me know. If you like this video, please hit like, comment below, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Until next time, Jack out.